Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Draven's continuing adventures in the Iliac Bay. In the last video, we sort of completed a ridiculous sort of quest that I simply couldn't believe it even when I completed it, where we staged a whole kidnapping as a birthday surprise, which led us into a dungeon in the middle of nowhere which had some really decent loot. And we've also found a knightly companion. His name is Sir Kenric. So we've been having some really crazy adventures in the lands of the Red Guards, and it's just, I'm starting to believe the Red Guards are just perhaps a little crazy, because I really can't recall having quests like this in High Rock. Granted, I know the quests are randomly generated, and pretty sure they could happen in High Rock, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm not exactly sure where I casted recall, so that's exactly what I'm gonna... Okay, so we don't have an anchor set. I'm starting to believe that maybe it's time we head back to High Rock and go to Castle... I believe it's Castle Daggerfall, where the totem lies. Yep, Castle Daggerfall. So I think it's time we start attacking that quest line because it's going to be rather treacherous. Let's see, Apiciza, which is the closest sort of city or port town. We'll take the inns. We're just trying to save time. I don't really recall how treacherous this dungeon is. I think it's one of the easier sort of final dungeons, but I'm not exactly too sure. So I'm going to refrain from speaking about that before I actually experience it, because I remember I said that once in this playthrough already, and you know, turns out it was pretty complicated. Okay, so Daggerfall. Is this really not a port? I guess. Huh. What's... I mean, it's really close to the edge, right? Maybe Minasara will be closer? Because I'm not traveling from... That'll take way too long. Let me see what we're dealing with first. I want to check the condition of my weapons. They're pretty good. Except the armor. The armor's gonna need some repairing. And I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell these, the Daedric pieces. I mean, it's tempting, but it's really not that... It's powerful, but not by much, and just the repair is just... The cost is just too much. So I don't think there'll be an armor in this town. Let's just get some food first. Bread and cheese, and some beer. Let's see. Let's ask, there's a general store. Yeah, there is a general store, but I don't think they really repair. Anyways, let's see if we can go to Daggerfall from here. 28 days, the trip cost is a little ridiculous, but we're just gonna have to put up with it. I really want to purchase an airship, I just don't see that happening. So Kenric is still with us, right? Seems to be like a loyal sort of chap. Look at that. If we don't get it by the final quest line, well, the final quest, final dungeon, I'm just going to summon your money or your life. Really? 2 heavily armored knights versus a thief? The man is clearly unwell. Yep, he died. Well, we can let the town guards deal with that situation. I kind of want to repair the torque because we're far too slow. So let's go to Daggerfall Metalworks. I think we're just going to repair everything. Maybe it's time to get a new cape as well. Time to make a new fashion statement. Right, north. So this is the... Alright, metalworks. This is the metalworks. Are you serious? Let's wait 3 hours. Okay, so I think... let's see what he has first, actually. Yeah, they usually carry pretty much nothing, but you know what? We're gonna deal with it, right? Worn, used. Yeah, you're just kind of repair all of this. The cost is the cost is really high. We don't have enough gold. Maybe if I sell the Orcish Cuirass, let me see. Let's sell these sets. Actually, hold on. Or he's not selling them, he's repairing them. Adamantium we don't need. Or the Orcish, Flail, or Dagger. Mithril is a bit pointless at this point. Ebony Claymore. I mean, it's not a Daedric Claymore. It does a little bit more. We'll sell it. We're paid with credit. Okay, so this, oh, we actually have another Daedric Longsword. Let's sell that as well. This should cover the cost. No, I like the style of these greaves more. We really still don't have enough gold? Hold on. I'm pretty sure I look stupid right now. Yeah. Let's, where's our torque, actually? Did we put the torque away? No, here's Torgo's mark. Yeah, okay. And, what else do we need? I mean, we could repair the skirts as well. 71,000? Why so much? Hold on. If we wear the skirt, this is going to help our cause in terms of repair. Right? 99 personality. Now this seems a little funny to me. I think the reasons should be obvious. Yeah, it's still not enough. Huh. What can we do here? Not even Draven in a skirt is enough to convince this blacksmith to lower the cost. I guess we could sell the Daedric pieces. Let's sell them. Alright, so now he should be able to repair. If not, we're just gonna have to put up with, yeah, it's still not enough. Oh no, well, it is enough. Alright, so we'll clear this out. I don't know if it was worth it. But you know what? We're gonna find a lot of gold anyway in the process. Alright, so the skirt plus some weapons and armor, that was enough to convince the blacksmith. The Khajiit suit. It's slightly used. The casual cloak is used. Let's buy a new cloak. Alright, perhaps some purple. Before we head into the treacherous dungeons of Castle Daggerfall. No, that's an alchemist. Let's see, do I have ingredients to sell? Nothing really. Where is the clothier? There he is. Oh, right, we forgot to equip the mark. Now that's the running speed we need. I'm hoping for a purple cloak. Something stylish. He has another red cloak, but we have red. If anything, I'll just buy it instead of repairing it, because it seems a bit stupid to just repair a cloak. Yeah, nothing... There's nothing reasonably fashionable about what he has. I guess we'll just stick with this cloak for now. There we go, just wear it in a new sort of way. So it's north. Okay, so let's start committing to the quest line as of right now to get the totem. Hopefully Sir Kenric doesn't get killed here, and you know, we both survive the intrigue that plagues the Iliac Bay. Seems like the Red Guards are heavily political as well, right? Didn't really take them that way, but you know, I guess they're all political. You know, there's no need to like stereotype the races. Like, I'm pretty sure not every Red Guard's a warrior or knight, right? Some of them must be like wizards. Right. Ye's not enough. But yes. Alright, so this is where I'm going to get a little nervous. Let's cast a recall here. Right, we're gonna need to come back here at a certain point. Now, I don't remember the entrance. We're gonna have to use the skirt, right? And this is gonna automatically lock them into combat with us. Right? Exactly. So we'll get rid of her. A broken buckler, some gold. They're all gonna attack now, right? Even the battle mages. Okay, I don't recall this. I don't want Kenric to die here. Alright, so Kenric's putting in the work now. I don't want to use spells because I'm afraid of blowing up Kenric here. Ooh, a mithril saber. I think we could sell that for, you know, for gold. Let's get some stuff. Alright, so since we're already at the entrance, yeah, let's access the wagon. Let's put away these weapons. And let's put away some gold, right? I think, you know, 20,000's enough. Yeah, definitely more than enough. And then we could get, perhaps, like, more weapons and armor in the inside. He's not impressed with the other. This is just slaughter in Castle Daggerfall. No, not Sir Kenric. He really died in battle already? Well, he was a good companion, alright? Alright, so since he's dead, let's start relying on some spells. Some gold here is pretty decent. Let's see what else. It's just a lot of gold, but... Well, we slaughtered half the court, and none of the nobles really seem to be really affected. The pig children? Why does that sound so vulgar? Is that talking about orcs? There are enemies nearby. And speaking of orcs, there just happens to be one dwelling in the dungeons of Daggerfall. It's a little silly, isn't it? Okay, so we have a level up. Should we put this towards endurance or intelligence? I mean, we'll get more spell points. Let's... You know what? I think for now we're going to put this towards what? Endurance, right? And then if we get a 5, we can put that towards intelligence. We should have rested by a fire. Well, there's a fire right here. You're amused by this lock. Yep, things are about to get complicated. Okay, so he's a spell sword. Do you have anything for sale? Do you want to help us? Follow me? No. Okay, so we'll just leave him alone, though, since he's not hostile. I hate these kind of dungeons. It's just... where do I go kind of thing. With the water, I just don't like dealing with water in Daggerfall. we'll take the gold. Pretty simple so far. Well, the enemies. Can we pass Ice Storm? She must be a Nord. She's dealing with the frost that well. What if we go? I'm surprised she did not die from that fall, but we're not gonna question it too hard. These kinds of dungeons stress me out. So we pacified a barbarian. What is your name? I guess his name is Thrag. Right? Let's talk to Thrag. Do you have anything for sale? Holy water and a Khajiit suit. Well, we'll leave Thrag alone. Oh, we're getting some pretty good passes in terms of etiquette in this dungeon. Unfortunately, we're not making allies, though. Just nothing here. A dwarven dagger, that's not even worth picking up. Let's cast some levitate, get up here. I think there should be a switch somewhere that... Right? I'm somewhat forgetting. I'm not too worried about these arrows. Okay, the barbarian's no longer interested. And he survived the fall. That's pretty incredible. I'm really hoping that... I don't know if anybody's heard about the Wayward Realms. That they're not going to shy away from dungeons of this sort of design. Obviously, they could be a little bit more varied. You know, I'm assuming procedural or random generation, whatever you would rather call it, is more advanced at this, you know, in this time, with the technology they're working with. And I'm just really hoping they give us those massive dungeons that you see in these old RPGs, or just, those really intimidating maps that you see from tabletop games, where it's just pure labyrinthian crawling. Maybe they could add a more convenient exit, because that may turn off some players. Like, hey, I'm not a wizard or something, and I need to, find a more convenient exit. But, they could add items for that, right? Like a potion, or they could go to a magic store and buy some sort of anchor that will teleport them out of there. And, it could be for cheap. It could be a cheap item. Something that they just often forget about. Because I don't think dungeons... is it moldy bread? I mean, we'll eat it. I don't think dungeons should be convenient. I don't think you should go through a sprawling dungeon and then, there's somehow just another exit at the end of it. Unless it's like a portal or something, goes to another plane of existence. There's just a lot of things. We'll take the potion. They could do with dungeons that I feel like are ignored in RPGs nowadays. I played the Bard's Tale, and I beat the Bard's Tale, and that game is just brutal. It's just really, really brutal. I didn't think I was gonna beat it. I saved within, if anybody knows who it is, Mangar's Tower. And I was sitting the entire time thinking, I saved too early. I'm not at the appropriate level. And I just kept dying, but I pulled through. And that had like anti-magic rooms. Rooms of darkness. I think there was rooms of reverse gravity or change direction. I might be getting confused with another game because it's been years since I played it. I really enjoyed the first Bard's Tale. I'm gonna play the remaster on this channel sometime soon. I've never played Bard's Tale 2 and 3 though, so I'm hoping to get to those as well. But there's just a lot they could do with dungeons. I'm not saying they have to go that intense. But it's time to make dungeons interesting again, because like dungeons in RPGs now, apart from being aesthetically pleasing and dark and dank, they're really not so terrible anymore, right? So we found a battle axe. I guess that's pretty good. And I have no idea exactly where we're going. But yeah, if you've heard about the Wayward Realms, let me know. I don't know how magic works in that universe. I know they've been releasing like lore tidbits, but I don't really read it or keep up with it, really. I just, the only thing I learned about what races were playable, which, you know, when that comes out, I'm really tempted to play as an ogre or a dwarf. Dwarves are usually my go-to in fantasy games, or orcs. Dwarves and orcs are usually my go-to in fantasy role-playing games. I don't usually pick elves, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to have like an appreciation for elves. Long skirt, undeniable access, and this led us to nothing. I blame the Dunmer of Morrowind for making me appreciate elves, and we somehow did a full return. Somebody's casting spells. Okay, this is quite unexpected. Some battle mages here. The real Baron Zaya. Brief History of the Empire, Part 3. I don't even know if we read the first one. I don't think we did. Can we use the skirt here? Okay, so this is very new. We are under, right? Yeah, the throne room. But I don't know. Okay, we're heading back into the dungeon, but I don't know which is the correct way to go. I should probably save, right? Just in case something happens to me. Okay, let's make a quick save. Well, this is not a quick save, a full save. The Fall of Kenric. Yeah, I spelled his name wrong, but it happens. Maybe this part, no. It seems no barbarian will want to team up with Draven. Maybe Draven's too sophisticated. Although, on the matter of barbarians, one, okay, this led to nothing. Is there a secret room in here? One thing I've always found annoying is what D&D, you know, D&D players always portray barbarians as stupid. And it's like, again, I used to read a lot of sword and sorcery growing up. Well, not growing up, but as an adult. As a kid, all I liked was video games. But as an adult, I like reading. But, you know, over the years is what I should say. I liked sword and sorcery. And, you know, these characters, like Conan and Paul the Conqueror, they don't come off as dumb. They're very strategic. They're capable of ruling kingdoms. They're capable of coming up with strategies, reading, writing. And then, you know, you look at barbarians in real life, and they have their own sophisticated cultures, and surely they were savage, but, like, I don't know why, you know, the attitude is that you always have to play a dumb barbarian. It's just, I've never understood that. It's the same thing with bards. I don't know why bards always have to be master seducers. You know, I know they have high speechcraft, but that could, you know, relate to, like, a lot of things, right? Like high charisma. Like, maybe he doesn't know how to seduce everyone on the planet, but he's a good storyteller. So, you know, maybe he doesn't know how to speak his way out of a situation, but he knows how to tell a good story and keeps people enamored. There's a lot of ways you can perceive what high charisma means. Right? That's why I've always agreed with the alternate rule in D&D, if anybody's ever heard of it, where, like, if a barbarian's doing an intimidation check, there's no reason why the barbarian should have high charisma to do intimidation. I believe, you know, if he's going to do intimidation, I totally believe that strength is, you know, is a justifiable modifier to intimidate an enemy. But anyways, so enough ranting and blabbering. I'm getting lost, and I'm making no progress at all in this this dungeon, but let's see. Let's take a look at the map here. Maybe we should cast Recall, right? Did we go down there? We surely did not. Let's see. We'll cast, where's Slow Fall? Gentle Fall. Oh, well, too late. But it didn't really hurt Draven, as I expected it to. Okay, we'll take the Mithril Greaves, right? We need everything for sale. Right, let's see. So we haven't gone to either direction. Should we continue? There's an Orc Shaman here. Now, I'm a little afraid to deal with spellcasters because Draven's really weak against magic, even though he's good at magic. Etiquette with Rulers. Now, that's a book we didn't read, right? I think I'm going to read that in the next video. You're amused by this lock. Should we even use the skirt? Let's use the skirt. Okay, so we made another full turnaround. Let's go back to where we were. Apparently, we didn't discover things here either. Oh no, we pacified him. But we... Alright, so it's too late now. I'm hoping to gain some sort of ally here. Right? Something to... Okay, let's see if she follows us. Follow me. Beautiful. And what is your name? What do you have for sale? Nothing. What is your name? Let's pretend she's a Nord, right? Her name is Frigga. We'll go with Frigga. Come on, Frigga. Right? Like, sort of like a choose your own party thing. This guy's still docile. He's just hanging around in the dungeon. Perhaps you want to do something, Frigga? Yeah, because this guy's quite the warrior. He has moldy meat. I mean, Draven's eaten worse. I don't mean to discriminate against the Dark Elves, but you know, they eat giant insect. I mean, some insects are pretty tasty, right? But you know, I'm just a little scared of what the Dunmer eat. The Drew just died. The Drew, what would they taste like, right? Or the Drow, what are they called? Would they taste like giant crabs? Like a zombie just died. Right? Would they taste like shrimp or something? I don't know why I'm trying to imagine the taste of certain Tamrielic creatures. So this is... All right, so let's go north, right? We haven't gone north. Let's get some sleep. Etiquette has increased along with stealth. Let's use the skirt. And there's nothing at all. Okay, just random loot. He's amused, but he can't break it open. Okay, we successfully locked-picked it. Okay. And it leads to absolutely nothing. Fantastic. This is gonna be one of those dungeons, isn't it? Where I believe I'm making progress, but I'm actually not. She survived. Wait, are you telling me she got pacified now? After all the melee thwacking and all this nonsense? Is that when she decides to get pacified? There's a whole lot going on here, isn't there? Alright, so we're gonna have to use some spells here. Spell resistance. Boy, that took a lot. I don't even know if that was worth casting. Where haven't we gone? There's like a whole room there. And a whole sector over there. Well, there's Frigga. Let's see. So we haven't gone here. Draven's carrying way too much. Levitate. Where's Levitate? Is there like a sort of heal, how are you? Yeah, I'm wondering if I can get like a heal other sort of spell, right? So she avoids, like, so she doesn't die on me. That's what I'm thinking here. Wow, okay, so all this did was lead further into the dungeon. No, I don't have a note to make here. I guess we could go back over here. We're gonna need to find like a campfire, right? Unless I use the bedroll. Let's see. Okay, so there's that room. You know what? Let's use the bedroll, right? Draven sounds like he's freezing. I hope they get some rest, right? Let's see. No, they don't heal at all, so that's pretty dangerous. I already checked that room, but there's a room here. And it's likely going to lead to absolutely nothing, but it doesn't hurt to investigate. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Nice room, but pretty much absolutely nothing. Let's see. We have a map. Alright, so we didn't go up here at all, actually. I thought I did. Do you have anything for sale? Would you be interested in joining us? No. Okay. Alright, we'll leave her be. Not everybody's destined to join Draven's jolly band of adventurers. Are they really jolly, though? Because a lot of them are dying. Okay, so it's not unlocking. What we could use is the skirt. And we made a full turnaround here. We'll take the gold for now. Let's put away the weapons and armor pieces. I'm going to check out one more area before finishing the video. We'll put away that for now. We don't need the arrows. What are they? Like, what I think I'm getting these from when they shoot at me, right? So I kind of imagine it sticking in Draven's armor, but not actually piercing it, so he's not really getting damaged by the arrows. They're just sticking in his armor. And since they're sticking in his armor, it's kind of just like taking inventory space. I don't know. It's not necessary to think that way, but it's fun to think that way, right? Let's see. We're somewhere. Man, there's a lot going on here. Wait. I just got completely turned around. Yep, I did. Okay, let's cast Levitate. And we've been here before. Yeah, we have. Sometimes in Daggerfall, you just need some fresh air from the dungeon to complete it. I'm pretty sure I'm missing something that's obvious. but as of right now, it's not making sense to me. Yeah, we're getting turned around. Okay, so I think right here, let's, we can't sleep right now, why not? Well, now we can. Alright, so let's make a save on the Fall of Kenric. And in the next video, I'm going to come back refreshed and likely have a more solid idea as to where the totem is. Because we're in Castle Daggerfall, right? And I'm probably missing something that I've passed by 3 times, but, you know, such is the way of Daggerfall dungeons. So, without further rambling, I will be returning with Draven's continuing adventures in the Iliac Bay, and thank you for watching.